Have you ever looked at an old Australian 2-cent coin and wondered if it could be worth far more than its original value? Most people think these small bronze coins are nothing more than spare change from the past. But what if I told you that some collectors search for these coins every day, and certain examples can be worth many times their face values before you throw one away or leave it forgotten in a drawer? Stay with me because today story might completely change how you look at the 1975 Australian 2-cent coin. Welcome back to the channel. If you enjoy discovering valuable coins, hidden treasures, and amazing collecting stories, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week we reveal coins that could be sitting unnoticed in your home, waiting to be discovered. Let us travel back to Australia in 1975. At that time, the country was going through major political and economic changes. Inflation was rising, families were adjusting to increasing prices, and millions of Australians used 2-cent coins every single day. It was one of the smallest denominations in everyday circulation, yet it played an important role in daily life. People used it to buy small items, receive change from shops, and complete cash transactions. No one imagined that decades later these tiny coins would become collectible pieces of Australian history. The Australian 2-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia changed from the old pound system to the decimal currency system. Before decimalisation, Australians used pounds, shillings, and pence. The new decimal system made buying and selling much easier, and the 2-cent coin quickly became part of everyday life. The 1975 issue continued this tradition. Millions of these coins were struck at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra. Because such a large number were produced, many people assume every 1975 coin is common and has no collector value. While that is true for many worn examples, condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. A coin that has never circulated, still showing its original mint shine, can be worth much more than one that has spent decades in pockets and cash registers. Now let us look at the design that makes this coin so iconic. On the front, also called the obverse, you will find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth I. During 1975, she was Australia's monarch, and her image appeared on Australian coins. Around the portrait are the words Elizabeth I Australia 1975, identifying both the ruler and the year the coin was issued. This portrait has become a familiar symbol of Australia as modern coinage, and is instantly recognized by collectors around the world. Turn the coin over and you will see one of Australia's most famous native animals, the frill-necked lizard. Designed by renowned Australian artist Stuart Devlin, the lizard is shown standing proudly with its impressive frill spread wide. Above it appears the word Australia, while below is the denomination 2 cents. This beautiful design captures the unique wildlife of Australia and has become one of the country's most beloved coin designs. The coin itself was made from bronze, giving it its rich reddish-brown color. It weighs approximately 5.2 grams and measures about 21.6 millimeters across. When freshly minted, it had a bright copper-like appearance, but over the years many coins darkened naturally as the bronze reacted with the environment. Collectors often appreciate attractive natural toning because it tells the story of the coin's journey through time. One interesting fact about the 1975 Australian 2-cent coin is that although millions were produced, relatively few remain in perfect condition today. Think about it. These coins passed through countless hands, shops, markets, buses, schools, and businesses. Many became scratched, worn, or damaged after years of daily use. That asks why collectors pay close attention to a coin's condition. Two coins from the same year can have dramatically different values simply because one is heavily worn while the other looks almost brand new. Another reason these coins attract attention is nostalgia. Many Australians remember receiving these coins as children. They remind people of school lunches, candy shops, newspapers, bus fares, and a time when just a few cents could actually buy something. Today, those memories add emotional value that goes beyond the coin's metal content. As the years passed, inflation slowly reduced the purchasing power of Australia's smallest coins. Eventually, producing the 1 cent and 2 cent coins became more expensive than their face value. In 1992, Australia officially withdrew both denominations from circulation. Although they are no longer used in everyday cash transactions, they remain legal tender and are still treasured by collectors and history enthusiasts. So, if you happen to find a 1975 Australian 2 cent coin in an old coin jar, a family collection, or tucked away inside an old wallet, don't dismiss it too quickly. While many examples are common, every coin deserves a closer look. The year, the condition, and any unusual features can make a significant difference. In the next part, we'll explore today's market prices, the rare error varieties that collectors search for, and why some lucky owners have discovered their ordinary-looking 2 cent coin was worth far more than they ever imagined. Now comes the question everyone has been waiting for. How much is a 1975 Australian 2 cent coin actually worth to date? The answer depends on one very important factor: its condition. If your coin has been heavily used and shows scratches, worn details, or dark discoloration from years of circulation, it is usually worth only a small premium to collectors. Many circulated 1975 Australian 2 cent coins sell for around 20 cents to $2 Australian. While that may not sound like much, remember that this coin originally had a face value of just 2 cents. Even a common example can be worth several times its original value simply because it has become a collectible piece of Australian history. Now let us talk about the coins that collectors really want. If you have a 1975 2 cent coin that has never been used in circulation and still has its original mint shine, it could be worth anywhere from 10 to 30 Australian dollars or even more, depending on its quality. Collectors call these brilliant uncirculated coins, and they are much harder to find because most coins entered everyday use shortly after leaving the mint. But here's where things become even more exciting. Some collectors spend years searching for error coins. An error coin is created when something unusual happens during the minting process. It might have an off-center stripe, a double stripe, a clipped edge, or another minting mistake. Because these errors are rare, collectors are often willing to pay much higher prices for genuine examples. Some authenticated Australian